Good evening and thanks for joining us for News 5 at 6. I'm Andy Cohen. Diane has the night off. The number of juveniles sentenced for homicide and manslaughter convictions in Colorado during the last fiscal year was the highest ever recorded. That's according to the most recent report out by the Colorado Division of Youth Services. The Colorado Springs police chief says this rise in juvenile crime is startling. News 5's Maggie Bryan joins us in studio with a look at why law enforcement and detention services say that they are having trouble cracking down on the issue. Maggie?
Yeah, I sat down with Chief Adrian Vasquez, who says they have been unable to hold some youth who commit crimes accountable. He says there is not enough space right now in juvenile detention centers. Chief Vasquez believes the problem is concerning, especially as the number of youth committing violent crimes continues to increase.
Good! Baker 78, shots fired, shots fired.
The suspects you see in these body camera videos are all under the age of 18.
We've got 10-year-olds that are stabbing people, shooting people, 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds doing the same thing. It makes me wonder, what could we have done differently to help our kids?
Colorado Springs Police Chief Adrian Vasquez says that juvenile crime is on the rise. He says last year there was an average of 400 juveniles suspected of crimes in the city each month. More than a quarter of those were suspects in crimes like assault, robbery, and attempted murder. Statewide, there's been a 28% increase in juvenile arrests from 2021 to 2023.
And that's really staggering if you think about it. Would you ever have thought that many juveniles are committing those types of crimes on such a consistent basis?
It's shocking.
It is shocking.
He says his officers are arresting the same juveniles over and over again.
The frustrations are our inability to take somebody who needs to be in custody. They're a prolific offender, they're a violent offender, and we have no place to put them.
No space for them in youth detention facilities like the one here in Colorado Springs. It's called Zebulon Pike. When a juvenile is in trouble with the law and a screening shows they're a flight risk or a risk to others, they will end up here or one of the other 7 juvenile detention facilities across the state. But there's a bed cap that limits how many people these places can hold. Over the years, the number of beds has been cut by more than half. Now, Zebulon Pike, serving a county of over 700,000 people, has 27 beds available.
We've either got to let them go or our juvenile screener's got to say, okay, well, this one that we have in here now has been in here for a while, we'll let them go.
Chief Vasquez says they can try to find space at the nearest facilities in Pueblo or Denver, but that takes officers off the street to transport the juvenile.
Trying to take bed space in another location can be difficult because they're sitting there going, well, we need the bed space too.
We're on our way to Denver to the Division of Youth Services to talk with the director, Anders Jacobson. He oversees operations for all of the juvenile detention and youth centers in the state. I want to ask him why there are so few beds in our community.
COVID actually drove down the use of detention beds, and quite frankly, I think is where we landed in this state at 215.
He says an executive order during COVID significantly reduced the bed cap. At the time, he says it was manageable, but now the need is back up after facilities maxed out bed space last October.
We actually hit and exceeded the detention bed cap. That's never happened in the history of the detention bed cap. So that certainly has our attention and others' attention.
Get him here! Get your hand out! Hand out!
What's also grabbing their attention is the number of juveniles committed to facilities for homicide and manslaughter-related charges. The latest report from the Division of Youth Services reveals a 53% increase from fiscal year 2022 to 2023.
We know that when those type of crimes are being committed and those type of youth are coming into detention, they're going to stay a lot longer. And when they stay a lot longer, those beds now are taken up.
He says only legislators have the power to change the bed cap, so we're here at the Capitol to talk with one lawmaker who sponsored a bill to lower the number of juvenile beds in the state.
If we increase the bed caps, what we're saying is that we as a society and legislators have not figured out a better way than to detain our juveniles, which I have a really big issue with.
That's State Representative Lindsay Doherty. She says the reason Colorado is hitting the bed cap is that facilities are holding on to low-risk juveniles who should be let out. Data from the State Department of Human Services shows 1 out of 3 youth detained in the second half of 2022 were screened to be low risk, meaning the risk of reoffending was also low.
That just means we're not letting out the youth who should have been let out already. And if we had been letting those youth out, then that cap number would be, we would never be hitting it.
Representative Doherty says a bill passed last year provided a compromise, giving detention facilities 22 temporary emergency beds to share. She says each facility has more physical beds than what they are allocated under the law, meaning facilities can take a bed from another location without actually transporting the juvenile.
The fact that they're not borrowing beds like they should be per jurisdiction and instead transporting kids is bad form.
But the Division of Youth Services says every detention center is experiencing a strain, so it's difficult to even borrow beds. One thing everyone can agree on is the need for more placement services outside of detention.
We have to find a way to set that structure up in our state so that there are places where these youth can go to, and that will help open detention beds.
Lay on the ground! Lay on the ground! Get on the ground! Colorado Springs Police!
More diversion programs is a fix Chief Vasquez wants to see, while still holding youth who are higher risk accountable under the law.
That's what our hope is that we can get those juveniles who are committing a lot of crimes into some type of a diversion, get them out of their lifestyles. We don't want our kids going to prison. None of us do.
Pit complete.
To stop the behavior while they're under 18 before the consequences rise to the next level. Although Representative Doherty says a third of juveniles inside detention centers were screened to be low risk, the Division of Youth Services says those juveniles still met the criteria to be held in detention. Andy.